Hey everyone, before I start this video, I'd like to make 2 points very quickly. The first, that this is a spoiler-free video. Even though this video is kind of about Avengers End Game, this is a 100% spoiler-free video. I may add that in the title, I'm not sure, but if I do, this is kind of pointless. What isn't pointless is the title of the video. Look, I'm not homophobic, okay? I just want to make a quick, funny, haha title. I just don't want anyone to get offended by the title or anything. I know most people in 2019 are so easily offended by things, and they need their little safe spaces and stuff. I just don't want to offend anyone, especially people in a group that I am totally not a part of. But yeah, I hope you guys watch this video to the end. I hope you guys enjoy it, so I'm just gonna shut up now. How is it popping, my fellow bronies? I hope you're all having a wonderful and magical day today. Personally, my day is going great because today I got to see the Fortnite movie. But I'm not here to talk about the movie itself, I'm here more to talk about my experience at the theater. And this is mainly because I don't want to give out any spoilers yet. I know many people haven't seen the movie yet, and I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. So we are going to be keeping this video spoiler free. And this is including the comment section, okay? If you've already seen the movie too, that's great, just don't go and spoil it for other people. We are just here to have a fun talk about some really stupid things. So with all that out of the way, let's get to the first topic of this video. So not much happened waiting in line for the movie. Me and my family, we got there an hour early, but the line was already incredibly long. So we ended up just standing in a hallway covered with popcorn for 40 minutes. And once we got in, my dad and I actually just left right away to go get food. And as we were leaving, it was just such a cluster of people. There were just so many people just rushing in to get a good seat. And this theater is pretty big. There were still seats left over after everybody got in. Obviously, it was just a single seat every few rows though, but honestly, it really wasn't that bad. And for the people watching this video in 2253, after my holy body has ascended to the aether, we were seeing this movie on the Saturday opening weekend at 5 p.m. And the theater that we saw this movie at is like the biggest movie theater in my area, so it was pretty surprising when not every single seat was taken up. But anyways, while me and my dad were waiting in line to get to the counter, the dude in front of me kept looking behind him and staring at me for absolutely no reason. Now, I don't know if it was because of the fire outfit I was wearing at the time, or maybe it was because he was worried that the police were gonna find him after he crossed the border illegally. I really hope it was option 1 though, because my outfit was freaking great. But yes, we got the $41 worth of food and soda in the end, and basically the only soda flavor they had was Coke. I mean, yeah, they sell things like root beer and Sprite cranberry, but come on my boys, mi amigos, that stuff is kinda gay. Plus, on top of the lack of flavors, the ice dispensers were actually broken, so if you just held down the button for 2 seconds, ice would just come pouring out of it faster than it would in a girl in a hentai. But as soon as we got back into our seats, I think our theater's projector broke because the screen went black for like 5 minutes, and we ended up missing, I think, a trailer for something and a Geico commercial. Honestly, we should have just gotten a full refund right there for having to miss a Geico commercial, but I don't know, with my luck it was probably just the one where the lizard was stuck in Mount Rushmore.
It's better. There's a beautiful view. I wonder if I can see Mount Rushmore from here.
I just don't get what's so scary about a movie about some clown who knows about computers.
For the last time, dude!
Quite honestly, there was only 3 trailers that I paid any attention to, and the first one was the new Men in Black movie that's coming out. Now, surprisingly, I have actually never seen the original Men in Black movie, so quite honestly, I have no idea why I paid so much attention to this trailer. Maybe it's because the producers are super sexist calling it Men in Black still, when now there's a female protagonist that's also kinda black. So this makes the producers both sexist and racist. And as you all know, I am neither of those. So quite frankly, this movie just triggers my inner SJW libtardness. Quite possibly the only reason why I would ever go to see this movie is because it shows what Chris Hemsworth was doing before he became Thor. So right after this trailer played, there was a new CGI Lion King trailer. And my god, this movie just looks so boring and bland. It's just so pointless, it's so unneeded. I'm one of the only few people I've never seen a Disney live action remake, and I'm probably never gonna see one. I just don't want to. I mean, in this trailer, okay? In this trailer, there was a shot of the female lion, I forget her name, but she was with 2 other female lions behind her. You know the one I'm talking about, Simba's girlfriend, that one. And honestly, if it wasn't focused in on her, you would 100% not know which one it was supposed to be. And in this trailer, they also showed us the scene of Simba and Rule 34 lion drinking from like the little waterfall area in the jungle. And remember how in the original, when they looked up at each other, you can just tell what they were thinking and how they were feeling just by their expressions? In this trailer, they just look so dead inside. I'm sure you've heard by now because everyone else is talking about it that the colors in this movie just look disgusting as well. I mean, at the end of the trailer, they did play The Lion Sleeps Tonight, so that's kind of a plus. Personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the original Lion King off Amazon and just not go and see this movie. We as consumers can change how companies act. Back when Battlefront 2 came out, so many people got upset about the loot boxes that EA removed it almost immediately. I know you may not think that's not really fair for me to compare a video game studio to a movie studio, but at the same time, EA is basically the biggest video game studio and Disney is basically the biggest movie studio. So I do think if it's possible for us to change EA, I think we can change Disney too. And then just maybe, Disney will make Wreck-It Ralph 3. Ralph plays Fortnite. Ah, damn it. So the last trailer that played was actually the new Star Wars trailer. Personally, I don't really mind this new trilogy. There is still yet to be a Star Wars movie that I even just like simply dislike, but I can still understand why some people are upset with this new trilogy. But I really feel like too many people throw too much hate at these new movies. Just like how I grew up with the prequels and how some people grew up with the original trilogy, this current sequel trilogy may be the only Star Wars trilogy many kids grow up with. That is, being able to watch them in the theater, I mean. I am 100% sure that when the first two trilogies came out, those movies were probably mocked, and the people who watched and enjoyed them were also probably mocked at the time. So I feel like people should just stop feeding the cycle of hate. For example, when The Last Jedi came out, so many people sent hate and death threats to Rian Johnson, who was the director of that movie, and it was just pathetic. Like, I'm sure people were also mocked for enjoying that movie as well. I was called not a real Star Wars fan because I actually enjoyed The Last Jedi, but how does me enjoying a movie that you can't make me not a fan of it? I think people are so upset that JJ Binks killed off Han Solo, but I don't have an issue with it because Han Solo comes back as a dog in The Secret Life of Pets 2.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Pizza time. Pizza time. Pizza time. Pizza time.
The Fortnite movie part 2. The movie we have all been waiting for a whole year. Was it great? Was it amazing? Did it exceed my expectations? No, it was just mediocre, honestly. Again, I'm gonna try my hardest not to spoil anything, okay? But the movie was just very meh, honestly. There were some really good parts, there were some really funny scenes, and there was some scenes that I think they could have just completely redone or completely removed. I don't see myself ever really rewatching this movie, mostly because it felt very, very slow in some parts. Sometimes I was completely focused on character A when I completely forgot that character B was even in the movie. It's honestly a lot like the second Lord of the Rings where you're so focused in on Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli that you completely forget Frodo and Sam are even in the movie. I mean, if you like things like that, that's great. It's not really like an issue to me, it's just, it was very weird. It felt strange to me to see in like a Marvel movie. I gotta say though, my favorite scene in the movie is when we find out that Thanos is actually dating Sans from Undertale. That was just such a twist to me, I wasn't expecting it at all. As you may know, I'm not the biggest Marvel fan ever, but I will say there was a scene in the climax that gave me chills up and down my body. And to me, someone that's not the biggest Marvel fan ever, it's just such a cool scene. If you saw the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to spoil anything. I will say that I didn't get up to pee once during this 3-hour-long movie, and that's like a brand new record for me. One issue I did have when watching this movie is that my theater was basically completely all white people. And you know, white people in movies, whenever something happens, they have to clap, okay? At birth, we were forced to sign a contract that said we will have to clap during every single movie at least once.
I'm going to McDonald's. Do you want any
Hamburger.
There was just so much soy in my movie theater, it was unbelievable. Maybe in a few months once everybody's seen it, I'll maybe upload a real review of Endgame, because I do have a lot of issues with the movie, and there's definitely a lot of things I would have changed to make it a lot better. Personally, I think most Marvel movies are overrated, and I do think Endgame is one of them as well. But hey, if you liked it, good for you, you can enjoy a movie that I can't, that makes you a better person, basically. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you're new, subscribe. All that crap you get from every other channel. Every like on this video will equal 1 free N-word pass.